like this, and I clear the terminal. So here I would say I will not. Okay, so here I can I will show you. We will use the Tailwind CSS. Before it, we will create React app with the Vite. Using Vite, we don't need to refresh the page. It will update the UI automatically behind the scenes. So we'll use Tailwind CSS and Tailwind CSS with the flow byte. So this one is really nice one. If you use the flow byte, you don't need to worry for the JavaScript like responsive. When you make a responsive, you will have like responsive mobile net bar. So if you click on the net bar, it will show a drop down or something like this. If you use Tailwind CSS, you need to write the CSS code for this. That's why I use the flow byte to make to develop the website as fast as possible. So if I code from scratch, so it will take a lot of time. In this tutorial, we will use the Tailwind CSS with the flow byte, and we will use built-in component, so it will not take a lot of time to make a design. Okay, to create a React app with the flow byte, we will go to Chrome. Okay, flow byte. Yeah, in Chrome we go to the flowbyte.com and then DOC. Okay, so in DOC we will go to React. In React we will go to under the React we have documentation, create a React project using Vite React. So I will copy this one and I will go here. So in here, instead of my project, I will delete and I will say client. Okay, so dash template React. After that, click enter. So our client folder has been created with the React, and as you see, the SRC folder and everything has been configured by the Vite. So as it is mentioned, we need to do npm install. So I click npm install, and we have got a problem notes. Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. So we need to go into our client folder because we just created the client. That's why we cd client. After that, I will clear the terminal. So after that, npm install. So it will be installing necessary npm package, and so it will create the client under the client folder. It will create the npm package folder, as you see, and node module folder. So we have our necessary requirements, everything here. So we'll go back to documentation, and then we can skip this part, and here we need to install one more thing like this, or you can copy both and you can paste in here. So it will install npm Tailwind CSS with the auto prefixer, and we create like npm x Tailwind CSS init pmin. We create Tailwind configuration.js file here. Under this, we need to config more. So I will go back under the content. So after Tailwind, under Tailwind config.js file, I copy and paste under the content like it said. And then under SRC index CSS file, I need to import these three things. So I go into SRC index CSS. So I will delete everything here. So I have imported Tailwind, and after that I need to install flowbyte. npm install flowbyte React. Okay, so I will clear terminal again and install this one. After that, we need to go Tailwind config.js file again, and we need to require this one under the plugin array. So here under plugin, I paste it like this, and in the content we need to copy this one and paste again and under this file, under this URL. Okay, So we have flow by React, and yeah, that's it. So we will run under the client folder to be able to run the project, this client project. So this is 5 config and package.json. In the package.json, as you see, we have the dependency we install flow by React DOM, and this is a DB dependency. You don't need to worry about this. And when you run, you need to call under the scripts object. You can call this def, so it will run the Vive. If you call build, it will build for the deploying the project. So ambient run def. So after I call this one, it's now running. So when I get this URL, I copy this URL and I paste in here. So our app is running by Fight React. Okay, so as you see, everything is now working fine. So in Flowby, I can search like navbar. So we'll use the navbar in Flowby. So you can use this one and everything you want according to your desire. So what I'm going to use, for our project, yeah, for our project we will use this one. Okay, this one. After that we can customize the navbar. So I will go back, and then when I look at this project, as you see, this is the main JS file. So under this, the app component has been imported, and it's ran this one. So when I go to the app component, okay, I will go from here. So these are the codes that we are seeing. The count is something like this. So I will delete this. We don't need this anymore. So I will delete everything under the app, and I paste the navbar that we just copied. So this navbar has been copied from Flowby. So and I go back to our website. As you see, our navbar has been created in a second. So it's very fast. So when you see in responsive design, so this is not working. GIS is not working. If you press, it will not be working. So we'll solve this problem later. Okay. Yeah. So we have our navbar, and we need to make a layout. So we don't need to write this code again and again. That's why I like to create the layout. Okay. So under the src folder, I will create not file. I will call new folder called layouts. Okay. Under the layout, I will create nav via.jsx, and then I will copy this navbar code. I will cut, okay, Command X, and then I will go to navbar, and I will create const nav br equal with the arrow function key and up, and then I will return here like this. So I can paste my navbar UI code inside this return. Okay, so after that I need to export. So I will export therefore, and then I will say nav br navbar. Okay, so our navbar has been component has been created. So when I go back here, and then I will say nav br navbar from the layout navbar that we just created. So I have imported, so everything will be the same. Okay, so we just created separate component to reuse that component, whatever we want to use, whatever we want to call this component. That's why we don't need to rewrite the code every time we make a new page. Okay, so this is not finished yet. So after that, I need to create another file called footer. Okay, so we need to have footer, and also we need to have layout.jx. So this is our main layout, and yeah, so I will copy the footer here. So we can use whatever footer we wish. So yeah, for me, I will use this footer. So I will copy, and I will go back to the footer, and I will create like the number footer equal arrow function key and return. Inside this, I paste the footer code. I just copy from flowbyte, and we need to export default footer. Okay, our footer has been now exported, so we can use this footer as well. So in the apps.css, I will say footer from layout footer that we just created. And when I go back to our app, as you see, we have navbar and footer. Inside this, we will create a content. Okay, so for this one, I will go to tblock cc. So in here, you can use Tailwind CSS component, like whatever you want. There are different kinds of style, so you can go and check which style you prefer, like this, and like this, 1 2 3 4. For me, I prefer this UI design, so I build the code and copy to the clipboard. And inside this one, we will see main. So this will be our main. Inside this main, we need to paste. Let me go back and check the error. So I cannot create the main, and I will say I will paste directly. Okay, I can paste directly. So we have some error here. Image. So this image need to have closing tag, but as a default, it doesn't have. So we need to select like this, and then I will press Command D for the window, and then Control D. After we have multiple selected the image there, I will say Command Shift like this. So it selected the cursor is at the back. Okay, and then I will say like this, and now I just add like closing tag for each image. So when I format, so it will format. So now, and I go and check, as you see, our page is now our UI is now okay for the home page. But I will delete this, I don't need this. So here inside div tag, I will remove everything. Okay, so when I check, everything is now fine. So for the layout, we don't have anything. So when you do like this, you need to import navbar and footer every time whenever you are trying to make new page. I don't like this. That's why what I'm going to use is the layout. Okay, the layout. So for the layout, I will say Okay, I will say the layout. Yeah, the layout. Okay, I will make a layout like const layout layout equal arrow function key, the same thing, and then we will say return like this. After that, we need to have like, and then we will import our navbar, not from React, navbar from our this navbar. Okay, layout navbar, and then we will import footer from our footer component, this footer component, and we need to pass the children. This children is like a slot. Okay, it will render any code passing through that layout will bring from this children as a parameter. Okay, that's why I call this children, and then we need to define like div or main or anything. So for me, I will say main, and then children and children. So this children will be rendering under the between the main div, okay, like main tag. So whenever we call this layout, it will receive the children, and then it will render the main. So it will call the navbar and footer as well. So when I go to the app, I can delete this because we created the layout. That's why what can I do is I will say inside layout, okay, layout layout that we just created. I will delete and I will say layout. Yeah, it's not auto because we need to export. Okay, don't forget everything. Export is very important. If you don't export, it will not layout. Okay, so I think we can call now. So layout, yep, and then after layout we call layout component, and inside layout component we are calling like children. As you remember here, I'm just showing demo. Okay, I want to use like this. Here we are calling the children. The children will be running between navbar and footer. That's why I need to pass the code here. Okay, so we just delete it. So the code that we copy from our like table, this one, the same code, I just copy again and then I paste here. So like I did before, I need to fix the error for img tag, so I will do it again. So here I just add the same thing. So if I refresh the page, I mean if I format, after I format, so this is like a children for this layout. Okay, like children. So when I go to our website, it's the same thing. Okay, if I remove this, you know, header and footer is running because we are using the layout. So whenever you create new page call, you just need to call this layout, and then you just need to paste the code whatever you want to pass to that children. So that's we call slot, layout slot in React. Okay, so fine. Now we have set up for this one, so we will delete this. We don't need this. So yeah, like this. For the cart, I will use the tailwind CSS ECOMMERC e-commerce UI cart. If I find like this, when you go tailwind CSS official documents, you can go to components and then product list. Yeah, product list, yeah, this one I will use this one because it's clean and nice. So I go to the code, or you can just go to React or something like this. So if you go to React, I don't recommend. You can use the HTML as well. It's okay, no problem. So I will copy the code from that card, and I will paste here. When you make like this is like LG which 1-1/4. It means it will be like 4x4 card whenever large screen. If it is medium, it will be 2. So it's like making it responsive with the breakpoint of the Tailwind CSS LG MD, something like this. Okay, so inside this div 1/4, I will make like this, so I can see better. So I will delete this. Okay, so inside this 1/4 div, I will paste the code. Okay, so I will paste the code, and for the img I need to close the tag. In React we need to close the tag, if not it will get the error. So I will delete this comment which make the error. So for this one I can delete. It's a Tailwind CSS comment. So after I delete and then I format again, and I will go and check our website. Okay, so from out group empty grid colon. So here what make it like this is the problem is empty and grid colon 1, something like this. So what I'm going to do is I will delete the grid colon 1. As you see, this is like now everything is fine after I delete the grid. So I will review again. So this is, we can delete this one, we don't need. So this is, let me check, H2. So I will delete, and then I will go back and check, and I can delete MX auto. What I need to do is, so inside this I will delete the rest. Okay, I will delete the rest of 1/4. So we have only one div 1/4 LG 1/4 with the Tailwind CSS this card UI. So we have only this one. So if I copy like 1/4 into 4, so 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it will be 4 items like this. Okay, so our UI is now very nice and clean. So we don't need these 2 components here. So as you see, we have set up our homepage component, everything. If you want to clear what I have done here, I will push into the GitHub repo and you can go and check my code. Okay, so we have got set up the homepage, and then I will set up the header and footer later, and we will add like search bar and everything like checkout page, cart icon and login icon, something here. So like original one which I show you in demo, so later on. So right now we will stop the video here, and I will show you the UI, more UI about shopping carts and checkout page, like profile page later on. So we will stop the video. See you in the next video.